Hello and welcome back to our channel, Next Step Immigration. Trust you are doing great today. This video provides an answer to the question that is asked the most: how does one become an Australian citizen? In order to become an Australian citizen, you can take one of three different paths. 1. Citizenship by descent. If you were born with at least one Australian citizen parent, you can be eligible for citizenship by descent. This option, which can provide a straightforward path to citizenship, is open to anyone born outside of Australia. You will need to provide the necessary documentation, such as your birth certificate and evidence of your parents' Australian citizenship, to prove your eligibility. 2. Citizenship by birth. If you were born in Australia, you are recognized as an Australian citizen by birth. Additionally, when you were born, at least one of your parents had to be an Australian citizen or permanent resident. This procedure instantly grants citizenship without the need for a different application. If you were born in Australia before August 20, 1986, it is advisable to get legal advice to determine your citizenship status, since other limitations could be in force. 3. Citizenship by conferral. The most typical way to become an Australian citizen is by citizenship by conferral. After completing the necessary qualifications, it requires petitioning for citizenship. In general, you must have been a permanent resident of Australia for at least 4 years, one of which must have been spent just before your application. You must have spent the previous 12 months physically residing in Australia. You also need to pass a citizenship exam, have a strong command of English, and fulfill some character standards. You can submit an application for citizenship through Conferral after you complete these requirements. The following essential requirements must be taken into consideration when submitting an application for Australian citizenship. 1. Age. Both the applicant's age and possession of a valid permanent residence permit are requirements. Most crucially, the applicant must demonstrate their identification by providing a photo and an identity statement that has been completed and approved by an Australian citizen who is not connected to them. Additionally, the applicant must have been a permanent resident of Australia for the previous 4 years at the time they submitted their application, and they must have had a valid visa throughout that period. Additionally, they could be qualified New Zealanders. 2. Citizenship test. The candidate must successfully complete the Australian citizenship test with a minimum score of 75% and by answering all 5 questions on Australian values truthfully. They can use this to satisfy the knowledge criteria for citizenship. 3. Test of language. The applicant also has to demonstrate their competence in English. Remember that many petitions for Australian citizenship are denied merely because the applicants can't show that they have strong English language abilities. 4. Intention to live in Australia. Along with establishing their ties to Australia, the applicant must demonstrate their purpose to reside there. It's interesting to note that the Department of Home Affairs, DHA, takes into account a variety of variables to validate the applicant's links to Australia. It strengthens your case if you have extended relatives in Australia, and they look to see whether the applicant has children or a partner who is an Australian citizen. Additionally, they check to determine if the applicant has a bank account or job contract in Australia, has paid taxes there, or owns property there. It is important to remember that eligibility conditions and progression might change. Before submitting any citizenship applications, it is essential to check the Australian Department of Home Affairs official website, or speak with an immigration specialist to make sure you have the most recent and correct information. That will be all in this video. Please share your opinions with us in the comments area. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable the notification bell to receive updates on job and immigration news. Thanks for watching. Good luck.